Meet Maikeru, my brand new main account. After getting an infernal cape on my group Iron Man, then escaping a 2,000 hour death chunk to then be thrown into another one straight after on my Extreme 1 chunk Iron Man, I have now decided to up the ante and... nah, I'm just kidding. I've never played a main account on old school ever before, so that's what I want to do. No up in the ante, no playing some crazy game mode yet. I just want to play a main account and have some fun. I really enjoyed PVMing last episode and I got heavily rewarded with some drops for it. So now this episode, I'm looking to get a big boy quest out of the way, Dragon Slayer 2. That will unlock Vorkath, which is an absolute money printing machine without needing to go to the wilderness like I did with Barbarian. That should make a really good thing to farm on this account. But before I can even tackle Vorkath, the quest is locked behind some pretty big skilling requirements and I'll need to double my quest points to get there. So I guess it's time to get cracking on, and I have big plans with the GP that I'll make from Vorkath this episode. Alright, starting today's video out working on those skill goals towards Dragon Slayer 2, starting with smithing. I've just been making some steel dart tips, and with this one there is 54 smithing, which unlocks mithril dart tips. So I'm going to AFK them for a little bit as well, and then after a bit more AFK and I guess money making with the tips, I'm then going to go on to Giant's Foundry, I think, once I'm ready to actively play. I'm currently just AFK and editing the previous episode. Keeping up my birdhouse runs, there is 60 hunter. I've been doing them pretty religiously alongside my herb runs. With this oak larder right here, that is level 50 construction. One of the many requirements ticked off for Dragon Slayer 2. I just got a bottomless compost bucket, man. That is nuts. This thing took me 113 kills on my Iron Man, which is like 4.5 months of Herblore or something. It was a very grueling grind versus this. This is like my full 5th KC, and that should be green logged now. It is green logged Herblore 5 KC. Worth a bit of money as well. That's like 750k in my pocket because I bought one last episode. That's great. Figured I'd buy a couple of garden pies from the GE because I can now boost to plant those Chronos, Attus and Iosaur seeds. I'm 73 farming, so with this pie that is 76 to plant in the anima patch, and I planted an Attus seed which gives me more yield, so even more herbs on my herb runs. Lovely. Selling the bottomless compost bucket, my mithril dart tips I've been making, and some snapegrass seeds I got from some contracts, that puts me up 12 mil GP. This green cash stack feels so good, and I'm saving up for something very useful post Dragon Slayer 2, and I'll talk about that more soon. Sleeping Giants quest completed. Now it's time to start on Giant's Foundry for 70 smithing for Dragon Slayer 2. My first sword has been made. 7,260 smithing XP, really not that bad. Also 14,500 GP, and that's only going to get better when I get more molds and stuff, so that's a good start. I've been doing some cost-effective mithril and steel alloys at Giant's Foundry. The way that I've been doing that is I found just like whatever items I could buy at a decent price from steel and myth from the GE, and the best combination I went with was 12 steel and 16 myth. That would give a lot of XP. With this sword creation, it will be my last one done for 70 smithing. I've just figured I'd grind it all out. Very chill. I actually really enjoy Giant's Foundry. It's very fun. Trading this sword in, I'm getting over 11k a sword now with all of the extra molds and stuff, and 23k coins, so that is really big. And 70 smithing is done. Figured I'd work on the 45 Herblore requirement, but I didn't really want to make potions because you lose a lot of money. I started looking at different herbs to clean, and Harrowlanders profit you like 100 GP a herb even after tax for cleaning. And I can clean like 3 herbs a tick, so I can be printing some money, honestly. It's actually crazy. The amount of experience I'm getting is quite high. Just cleaning these constantly, and yeah, it hurts my hand a little bit, but the amount of money I'm making every single inventory is like 2.7k, and an inventory literally takes me about 6 seconds. It's crazy. There is level 40 Herblore so far from cleaning herbs. Probably going to move on to Irrits now that I've unlocked those. Should give me more experience an hour and similar GP returns. There it is, finishing off 45 Herblore right there with these Irrits cleaned. Now I've just got to slow sell them, and I should have profited a few mil from that as well. Selling all those Irrits that I cleaned alongside a bunch of other stuff like my farm run items and the leftovers from Giant's Foundry, etc. And I am now sitting on 15 mil. Ah, that cash stack is only growing. Farm runs really help as well. I've got a medium clue in my inventory, so let's go get that done. Got myself my casket. Is it going to give me anything good? No. Wait, it's 472k for this clue scroll and those Nada teleports, I guess? They're apparently 64k each, 514k. What? That's actually insane. If they sell for that, that's a nutty clue, and I thought it was nothing. Would you look at that? 524k GP after tax. That is absurd for some just Nada tellies. Oh, no idea why they're so expensive. I know Nada's a bit out of the way, but there's an infinite teleport once you've done the diaries, and I don't know, it's not that bad to get to want to spend that much money, but no, I'm not complaining. I'm very happy with that. Do your clues, guys. I'm going to be needing to train my thieving, so what better way to do it than a nice quest to kickstart those levels with the feud giving 15k thieving XP. There is 38 thieving. I got Plague City done mostly just because it's quest points towards the 200 goal, and RD Teleport is useful, plus it's required for Prif and stuff in the future, so just a good quest to get out of the way. And straight after Plague City, you always have to do Biohazard. It's a rule. Always follow Plague City with Biohazard. That's it. Family Crest quest has been completed. I'm going to get 70 cooking as it's a requirement for Recipe for Disaster and Barrow's Gloves, and I want to get Barrow's Gloves as part of the 200 quest points needed for Dragon Slayer 2 and, you know, get 2 birds 1 stone, get those useful quests out the way like I said. So it's time to go do some cooking with the cooking gauntlets. Honestly, cooking is amazing. The fact that you profit cooking pretty much anything and it's super chill, super relaxing of a skill. It was my second ever 99 back in the day alongside fletching. I think that was everyone's 299s back in, you know, like 2008. But there is 70 needed for Recipe for Disaster, so that is a lovely one knocked out. The skilling gains are coming in thick and fast, honestly. Speaking of big gains coming in, there is 53 fishing, and that is required for the Heroes quest, which I want to get done as well. I'm not going to be mining shooting stars. I know they're a bit more AFK than Motherlode Mine, but I want to get useful unlocks from Motherlode Mine. I want to get the Prospector's outfit and maybe the coal bag and stuff in the future as well, so might as well make a start on that. I also get a little tiny bit of GP with the ores that I get, so, you know, any GP is good GP, right? Level 69 mining coming in. I only needed to get 68. But I was actually enjoying mining so much that I got 69, plus it's a nice number, right? A little fun fact for you guys, Prospector Percy here. If you're from the UK, you might recognize him. Golden Nugget cereal has a little character called Percy, and he looks exactly like Prospector Percy. So this is a reference to the character on the cereal box in the UK of Golden Nuggets, and that's why you also get Golden Nuggets as, you know, the currency to use with him, which is just really awesome, super fun, throwback to my childhood. Makes me smile every time I talk to this guy in game, honestly. I also have a bunch of ores in my inventory, and it's just over 1 million GP in ores right there, so that is pretty large. And I figured, why not buy the full Prospector's outfit now that I've got a bunch of golden nuggets? There it is, all 4 pieces, looking like a Chad. With this Hespori kill, there is 79 farm, and I can now grow dwarf weeds, so definitely going to start growing those. Something I should have done a long time ago was starting to grow mahogany trees, because the XP they give is insane, plus they have the highest chance of the pet, so let's plant some of those. I'm also going to start doing papayas and maple trees. Papayas are profit and maples are super cheap, so it's just some free XP every day. 80 farming coming in, checking the health of that tree. Oh, these levels are coming fast now. I went on holiday to Spain with my wife and her family. During that time, I figured I'd slow buy a bunch of items to high alch while doing agility at the same time. I need to get level 60 agility for the Dragon Slayer 2 quest, so what better way to do that than alch agility with all of these items? That's going to be some juicy profit because I slow bought them too, way under mid price on all of them. I am so excited. I've also been doing farm runs in the mornings and evenings when we're not doing anything on holiday, like at the hotel. And as you can see, I have nearly 10 million GP just in supplies of farming. That is super nice to see. I also found 2 Christmas crackers on the floor that someone just dropped at the Farming Guild bank. Probably an Iron Man or something clearing their bank. And that's another 356k. So, yep, over 10 mil right there. That's lovely. Dude, I forgot the bird's nests. There's another 2 million bird's nests. I didn't even price check that. That's crazy. I'm just going to slow sell all of my farming supplies while alching these and doing agility. As you can see in my chat, I've already sold all of my dwarf weeds that I farmed, and also it's time to get a bunch of magic levels with these. I've got a 5 mil cash stack at the moment. That's going to be so much more by the end of this. I'm reckoning like maybe even 30 mil, man. 77 magic coming in. I unlocked purging staves. That's good if I want to go kill Yanma. Sure. It's so cool seeing people in-game that have been following the series. Shout out to FJert666. This man started Mainscape because of my videos, so that's awesome to see. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying them, and yeah, good luck on the accounts. Good luck with your games. I got a Herblore seed from this papaya tree. That's something that I was running very low on as well. So these tree runs will help get those built up in the bank. So then I can just keep doing Herblore. Something you might not know, the Freaky Forester event is the easiest thing ever to get a lamp. You don't even have to kill the pheasant that it says with X amount of towers. You can kill any pheasant. Doesn't matter how many towers he asks for, just kill any of them, the nearest one to you. Give that to him and he'll just let you through. So that's an easy lamp every single time. With this alch, there is 78 magic. Gained a whole magic level, and I've got 25 mil GP just from the alchs, and I've got more alchs to do. And I haven't collected any of my GE stuff that I've been slow selling as well. Kinda good. That is all of my alchs done, and I have nearly 30 mil cash, and I'm super close to 60 agility, which is needed for Dragon Slayer 2, but I'll get that from quest rewards, so I don't need to train agility anymore. I am done. I've also been doing some farm runs, and I've got a bunch of dwarf weed stocked up, and I've got 80 marks of grace from this alch agility session, so let's go spend those. Grab the gloves and the boots, and now I'm only missing the cape from full graceful, but who wears the cape anyway? I've pretty much done my graceful. Lovely. And look at this GE, bro. 8 mil it says at the top there. So when I collect this, there is just under 37 million coins. You know how I said I'd get 60 agility with quest rewards? Well, I figured I had to AFK, and why not do some barb fishing? I got 60 agility with that. Nice. So for Recipe for Disaster, I have all of the skill requirements, but I need a lot of quests. And then I need quests for Dragon Slayer 2 as well, and just some useful quests that I want to get done. So it's time to go on a huge quest spree, and I'm not going to bore you with every single quest and going into detail about completing them and whatever. So we're just going to quickly speedrun a bunch of quests right now. All the lunar spells unlocked. Let's go. Just a quick break from the montage and the questing. I just want to say thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. It's always been like a dream of mine. Hitting this milestone right here was so satisfying, and it just means so much. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have given me over the years, and here's to many more fun moments to come, hopefully. Anyway, let's get back to the video, shall we? I got 4 more quests done right here that you can see on screen, and then it was time to take a break from questing. First ever mahogany trees that I've ever harvested. 15.7k XP per mahogany tree is so satisfying, and 83 farming coming in. I can now grow spirit trees. I guess I'll plant the one in the farming guild soon. But yeah, that is some big XP on these mahoganies. You love to see it. Now that I've bought those macawackles, no idea how to say them. Don't roast me in the comments, please, thank you. I can now do the AFK Sulfur Nagawas, which were probably the most commented thing on my videos. They are crazy popular, and obviously they're insanely good XP, which is why they're popular. You also get unlimited stat boosting and prayer potions, so it just makes sense to farm them for sure. I'm going to take all of your guys' advice, and I'm going to go ahead and give them a try. I just made a whole inventory of potions, set myself up to AFK, and auto-retaliated with Protect from Melee on these bad boys. I can already see that the experience is going to be nutty though, because look at those hits, man. That is very satisfying. Thank you for the recommendation, everyone. Holy moly, is that the Apex Bronze tier computer right there? What a drop. That's right, it's time to speak about our long-term sponsor to the channel, Apex Gaming PCs. I want to talk about the Apex Bronze tier. It has a AMD Ryzen 5 CPU. It's the cheapest tier, and it still uses a Ryzen, which are my favorite processors. It has 16GB of DDR4 RAM, a Radeon RX 6500 XT, a 1TB SSD, and much, much more. But Apex does offer some more expensive builds as well alongside this cheaper build, so there's something to fit everyone. I've always purchased pre-built systems as I don't trust myself assembling everything, and I'll leave it to experts like Apex to do that stuff for me nice and efficiently and correctly. There are some huge promotional offers going on currently, but if you click my link in the description or pinned comment and use code Maikeru, you'll get a further 3% off on top of any ongoing promotions. Thanks again to Apex for continuing to sponsor this channel, and now let's get back to the gains. Sulfur Blades! That is the only cloggers that these guys drop, but I will take any collection log slots plus 30k GP, not bad. Level 80 strength coming in. I always try and have my strength a little bit higher than my attack and defense, obviously, but I'm going to go get 75 attack and defense now. 75 attack, 97 combat, pretty cool. And with this hit, 75 defense. Back to strength training, I guess. Now that my magic level's at a decent level and I have Lunars, I figured I'd do Desert Treasure 1 for Ancients. So now if I do any Slayer in the future, I'll probably burst as much as I can and get a bunch of magic XP there. So now one of the things that I was prepping for in terms of quest requirements and quest points, because you need 175, was Recipe for Disaster. I freed every single person at the table, and then obviously it was time to go fight the Color Monster. I also needed Desert Treasure 1 for Recipe for Disaster even, so honestly getting some really good quest rewards out of the way. And there it is, the whole of Recipe for Disaster done. Barrow's Gloves unlocked. Buy myself a pair of those Barrow's Gloves. They're probably what I'm going to be using for a long time now. I also figured I'd buy some Rune Gloves, because if I do Wilderness content, they are very cheap and way better than a combat bracelet and such, so I will be taking those into the Wildy. Got the Watchtower quest done. Now I can teleport to the Watchtower, and it was 4 quest points, which is a really big one. Tears of Guthix. I should have done this quest ages ago. I can now do the Tears of Guthix minigame and get a bunch of XP in my lowest stat every week, so let's go do that now, I guess. My first ever Tears of Guthix, 130 tears, not too bad. 40 to 42 rune crafting with that. Alright, I'll see you next week, Juna. Got Path of Glothry done. Honestly, some huge quest rewards from this one, including 20k Slayer, which gets me to level 60. We'll just pretend I did Monk's Friend at the start of the account like you're supposed to. Yeah. Now this quest is actually a good one. My Arm's Big Adventure. A new farming patch has been unlocked for my account. I love my farming, so I should have got this done a while ago. It's also disease free, so that's an extra one on the farm run. Creature of Fenkenstrain done, and now I need to do Garden of Tranquility for Dragon Slayer 2, and I hate how time-gated this quest is, but we'll get it done. I've got everything planted for Garden of Tranquility, so I'm going to go take my weekly shower, and I'll be back. The only thing that makes Garden of Tranquility worth it is to see King Rolled get slapped in the face. That feels good. And the quest is done. 2 more quest points needed for the big boy that we've all been waiting for. And there are the 2 quest points. Swan Song completed, some big fish and XP on that one. And that means it's time. I'm now sitting on 39 mil cash. Why not spend some of this money on a dragon crossbow for the quest? I bought the crossbow and some diamond and ruby bolts. I'm going to use it on both Vorkath and Galvek. Vorkath down, 1 of many kills. I'm planning on farming this boy. I'm definitely going to utilize this money pinata. I forgot my range potions. With the dragon crossbow, I reckon we'll be okay. With ruby bolt procs, you know, we'll be alright, right? Oh my goodness, I had like no supplies left at the end there. But we got it done. Dragon Slayer 2 has been completed with Galvek killed. Massive XP, 5 quest points, 80,000 smithing, 60k mining, 50k agility and 50k thieving XP. Why can't all quests give that much XP? I also got level 71 smithing, mining, 66 agility, 64 thieving. Holy, let's go. I want to kill some Moons of Peril to make some money, and I'll explain why I want even more than the 39 mil that I have soon. But I figured I'd buy a tentacle to go for a tentacle whip so that I can kill the Moons of Peril even easier. Oh, look at that bad boy. Oh, that whip looks absolutely amazing. I've also got the Maikeru as well, so we're kind of gaming for melee. Figured I'd go and get a bunch of kills on the Perilous Moons, and I want to make a bunch of money. Most of the drops here are pretty expensive. If I can get pretty much anything, I'll be really happy, and it will help me towards my GP goal of 65 million gold. Why do I need 65 million gold, you ask? Well, that is the price of a Dragon Hunter Lance. A Dragon Hunter Lance would make Vorkath so easy to farm, and I'll be printing money even quicker. So I'm going to do Perilous Moons while doing my farm runs in order to get this 65 mil GP, and then I'm going to camp Vorkath for multiple hundreds of kills and make absolute bank. That is the plan moving forward, boys. Chest number 1, outside of the quest obviously, I got some Elatal dots, so that is my first collection log, and now let's see how long it takes me to get an actual drop. I think it's a 1 in 16. Chest number 10, sadly no loot yet, but even the common loot, not too bad honestly, probably like 50 to 70k a kill. Chest number 20, still no loot yet, soon I believe. Doing a farm run as a break. There is 85 farming coming in. I can now grow toadstools, and I think I'll be growing toadstools the whole time now for all of my farm runs. Plus, I can access the high-level farming guild and high-tier contracts, which is absolutely amazing. Damn, it turns out that a toadstool seed is 17k, and I can sell toadstools for nearly 5k each. My first yield and my average yield, honestly, is about 10 herbs. So I'm making about 32k per patch. So that's like 220k a farm run. Yo, my first item was a big one. Chest number 31, Blue Moon Tassets. They're 4 mil. Ah, I love that. That's so much money towards the lance. Can I get a back-to-back? No, sadly not. Never the back-to-back. That was so close to a back-to-back. Chest 33. I got a Blood Moon helm. Sadly, only just under a mil for that one. That's one of the cheaper items. But hey, another item, I'll take it for sure. 2 items in 33kc. Pretty decent little log there. I'm happy. That's pretty much slap bang on rate. A back-to-back? No, no back-to-back. A 78 attack coming in. I got the level for the lance while actually getting the money for it, which is always a bonus. 70 hunter coming in. I feel like I've been doing new birdhouses forever. I don't even change to magics until 74 hunter, but it's slowly but surely getting there, and I'm getting a bunch of money from the nests. I can't complain. Was AFK in a bit of wood cutting between Perilous Moons, and I got a petal garland, man. That's such a rare forestry clog, and I mean, I'm not going to complain spooning it at level 64. We'll take that. Very unexpected collection log. Been slow selling a bunch of my farm run stuff, and I've got a bunch of the Perilous Moon things in my inventory to sell as well. I'm at 43 mil cash, and I'm selling all of the Perilous Moon stuff, and I'll see where I can get to. The Blue Moon Tassets ended up selling for 5.5 mil, which is over a mil more than they were actually meant to be, although the Blood Moon Helm is not selling that well. But either way, getting an extra mil from those Tassets is insane. So we're now at 51 mil, and I've still got a decent amount of things to sell. I did a couple of extra trips to the Perilous Moons. Sadly, nothing. I forgot to sell all of the ores I got from my mining as well, so selling those for another mil. I'm just trying to sell everything now, honestly. I really want to get the money for the lance. Figured I'd sell the chain mace that I've had sitting in my bank. I haven't done any Calvarian or Vetian since the last episode, so it's been quite a while and it's just been sitting there. It actually went up a little bit in value and I sold it for 6.7 mil. With that selling and a bunch of other stuff, I'm now at 65 mil cash. So if I just sell a few more things, I'll definitely be able to buy the Dragon Hunter Lance. I'm excited. The Blood Moon Helm sold eventually for just under 800k, which is a little bit less than it was listed for, but I got such a big win with the Tassets, it's fine. I now have enough GP to buy the Lance. It bought for 66.8 mil. I also sold a bunch of other stuff just to get enough GP for supplies, and it's near enough Vorcaf time. Let's wear this Dragon Hunter Lance, shall we? I've got to do Barbarian Hasta skill training to equip it. Okay, give me a sec. There's always a requirement within a requirement within a requirement. It required type 1 trio to do the Barbarian training, so I got that done here. Now I can bare hand catch this good old tuna. Dude, the animation is so sick. I love that so much. And now I just make this Hasta, and that will be the Barbarian training done once I speak to Otto. Okay, with the training done, now we equip the Dragon Hunter Lance. Yeah, boy. Oh, that looks so good. I've never ever used one of these. I never got one on my Iron Man or anything like that. So this is all new to me and I'm going to have so much fun killing Vorkath. I only ever killed him with range and I think melee will be really fun. One other thing I wanted to buy was the Torn Prayer Scroll. This allows me to get the Preserved Prayer, which allows my boosted stats to last 90 seconds before they go down by 1 instead of 60 seconds, and it costs like no prayer to upkeep. So I want to do this so I can just use a super combat potion and not worry about any divine pots or anything. Learn Preserve. There it is. Boosted stats last 50% longer. That's a good one. Didn't even need to do Cox for it. This is the beastly setup that I'll be taking to Vorkath. I got a super extended anti-fire and I got an extended anti-venom, so those should help a lot within the kill. Then I have a Slayer Staff so I can crumble undead on the little thing that spawns, and then it's just a super combat potion and my best gear as possible alongside a Salve Amulet to do the extra damage. I've got so much extra damage on Vorkath with the Salve Amulet and the Dragon Hunter Lance. I should be hitting very hard. I'm very excited. The way that I'm going to go to Vorkath is travel to Lunar Isle by stealing someone's house. I should really build myself a house soon now that I'm getting some money. But that's like later Maikeru things. If you speak to any banker on Lunar Isle other than the one on the right, they'll kick you off the island if you don't have a sewer passage. And then it puts you right in Relica, which means Vorkath is right there on Ungel with the boat just to the northeast. And then I'll head over there, hop world so that I'm not on a really laggy world, and kill Vorkath. Honestly, something you can look super cool with is just the Wook's Walk with the Fire of Vorkath. It's not hard to do. You just click Vorkath one tick and then the next tick click away and just keep doing that over and over again, rinse and repeat. But you look so cool doing it, dude. I look like a gamer, which just makes me feel happy. Look at that 44, dude. Not even a max hit. Oh, I'm hitting so hard with this lance. It's so nice. First Vorkath kill done. And I got Chaos Runes, 27k, and then obviously the Superior Dragon Bones is like 50k a kill. And I got some diamonds, which is really not bad loot. I'm very happy with that. Second kill, big PB, 2 minutes 19. I got a lot of money from that kill. 63k cash? What the heck? That's crazy. Holy 380k in Dragon Bolts unfinished. Let's go. Oh, I love Vorkath so much. It's literally a money printer. I'm so happy I got this quest done. Vorkath's head at 6kc. Thank you, game. That is really good for range in the future. I'm just really happy. I'm having a blast. Honestly, even just in these 15 Vorkath kills, I've made so much money. Those superior dragon bones alone is 750k. I sold a bunch of items and collecting that takes me back up to 4.5 mil already, and it's been no time. I can now buy myself a Dragon Fire Shield, which is going to make Vorkath kills so satisfying. I'll try and buy it for like my whole cash stack. It bought for my whole cash stack. As you can see in my inventory, I'm down bad. I've got 852 coins, but I have a Dragon Fire Shield now, and I sold a couple of birds' nests. So I'm back at 300k, which means I can buy a bottled Dragon Breath to charge the shield. Alright, let's charge up this shield with the Dragon Breath. There it is. Look at that bad boy. That just is so nostalgic of an item. I used to just aspire to wear one of these back in the day when I was a kid. It's crazy that it's only 4.5 mil nowadays, but it still looks sick. It's still one of the nicest looking items in the game, in my opinion. Whenever I was AFKing, I figured I'd go back to Sulfur Naguas. 1, to make everyone in the comment section happy because they love these guys, and 2, because they are crazy good XP. There is 78 defense, and I'm going to be using these to train up my melee stats whenever I'm not doing Vorkath, because it will just make every Vorkath kill then on even easier. My 50th kill count on Vorkath, I got the guaranteed head, so we'll see how many heads I have by the end of this episode's grind, but I think my goal is to get Bandos' chest and legs. But I've got one other thing to get before that. 85 strength coming in at the Naguas. And 80 attack. These things are nuts, man. They're such fast XP. I was going to go back to Vorkath, but I was just enjoying the XP here too much and figured I'd round out my defense to 80 as well. So now my combat is 103 and my stats are looking juicy. 80 attack, 85 strength, actually close to 86, and 80 defense. Holy. One thing I should have been doing the whole time I've been training here, but I haven't been, was trading in the Sulphurous Essence and getting runecrafting XP for it. I don't know how I didn't research this and use this earlier, but it's better late than never. At least I know I can use this for, you know, the future. It gives a lot of runecrafting XP. There's 8k for my first turn in and 44 runecrafting. I still haven't trained runecrafting, but I've unlocked natures. After selling another lot of farming and Vorkath supplies, I have 8.8 mil. And it's time to buy my last thing before investing in Bandos, and that's a Serp Helm. Serp Helms are a bit over 5 mil, and it will mean that I don't need any anti-venoms. It will completely negate any of the venom or poison, and it gives 5 strength bonus, so it's going to be an insane upgrade for melee in general. There it is. I also bought some Zulrah Scowls. I managed to buy the helm for 5.17 mil. Honestly, it looks pretty sick as well. My account is really coming along. Once I get Bandos, dude, I'm going to be insane. I'm going to be a proper Chad at that point. Level 90 farming coming in. That is a big farming level. These toadstools are crazy good XP and GP. And honestly, farming's going to be my first 99. It has to be. That's my first 90 at least. Level 67 agility coming in with AFK barb fishing. I'm also 73 fishing now. My combat stats are in a pretty good place from Naguas, and I don't want to overtrain them, I guess. So I figured I'd do some fishing because I want to max the account anyway, and the passive agility XP is actually pretty big because I have plans on unlocking Prif next episode, and that requires 70 agility. So why not knock out some agility XP whenever I'm AFKing and editing or doing other IRL admin stuff and whatnot, so it should be quite nice. A big 8 mil Grand Exchange collection right there, back up to a green cash stack. You love to see it. So this is my setup for Vorkath now, and I've been getting about 4 kills a trip with this one. I also bought a Zerka ring because they're only like 4 mil and I'm making lots of money now. Might as well buy one for the huge strength bonus, especially when it's imbued. It's +8, which is nuts. So satisfying when you get a kill on Vorkath and you've used like 2 food and you can't even pick up all the loot. That's crazy. I definitely feel way more tanky with the Dragon Fire Shield as well. There we go, a 5-kill trip. You love to see it. Look at that, for one trip to Vorkath that took me about 15 minutes, there is 807k. That's such high GP an hour. Obviously, not including banking time, that would be equivalent of a bit over 3 mil an hour. I am a Vorkath master, 100kc, lovely. Been alching the dragon and rune items that Vorkath gives me, and it honestly really adds up. Those like dragon plate legs and plate skirts are like 170k an alch. The battle axe is similar. All the rune items are like 30k or so. Really, really good stuff. It's now time to try and buy some Bandos Tassets. The Tassets bought, and we are 1 out of 2 Bandos pieces now. Nearly at the true gamer setup. I got some shark lures as a drop. That's definitely a new item. It apparently fishes sharks faster. Very interesting. I might have to try them out at some point. At the start of this episode, I said I was going to be stocking up on some Hespori seeds now that I'm doing fruit trees and normal tree runs. There's 24 Hespori seeds. I had none when I first started doing those tree runs. That's crazy. Time to try and slow buy this Bandos chestplate to complete the setup, boys. And I'll show you how many Vorkath I've killed and what GP I got from that as well. And remember, I was doing farm runs the whole entire time, which is, you know, a lot of money as well. The Bandos chestplate bought, and there we are! Oh my goodness, my account actually feels like it's like even near enough out of the mid game at this point with a gear setup like this, pushing into the early late game. And it's episode 3. This is crazy. I ended with 71 kills on Perilous Moons. There's my log and there's my loot tracker on the side there as well. It says that I made just under 8 mil from this, but because the Tassets sold a lot higher than what they were listed as when I got them as a drop, it was more like nearly 9 mil, which is really good. I also got a decent bit of money from the Nagawa AFK as well. I obviously didn't pick up everything, but I did pick up all the Sulphur Blades, the Chaos Runes, which was the majority of the money, and then some of the Noted Ores and the Death Runes, so it definitely added up and I got a fair few mil from this. And then finally, I had 165 Vorkath KC, 5 heads in the end, which is pretty good, and 27 million GP on the tracker, which is absurd. That is so good. That means I averaged 163k a kill, which is really nice. I was getting around 18 kills an hour, even including banking, which is just under 3 mil an hour. So yeah, that is a hefty boss to farm for GP. And I think we'll leave it there. This is the end of video summary with the gains that we got this episode. Pretty mad gains, I'm not gonna lie. 266 levels, 106 mil GP increase, 10 days playtime, which means it took me about 240 hours to get all of this done. So I put in work for this video, don't you worry. I over doubled my total XP, nearly doubled my quest completions, and I had an absolute blast doing so, looking like a Chad now with that melee setup. I'm so happy. And thank you to all of the channel members. As always, you guys allow me to do this full time and help support me more than you can ever imagine. If you want to join the members, feel free to click the join button down below. You can join for as little as £1 to support me and my full-time job. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time, see ya.